So is anyone here who's joined first demo who is not attending the last class? So in the last class, we discussed about the BA process. So today we are going to see the practical session. Okay. What we discussed in the last class. Okay, so whoever has not shared your details, please provide your details in chat box. Who have not received the last session recording, kindly share your details. We'll start our class. Okay. As in the last session, we discussed about the basic BA process, where exactly it is used in the companies, the importance of this MSBI business suite. Right. So how we are going to get the data? One example, I've shown you example with our DMart business, how we get the data from the application. Whenever somebody wants to purchase any product, they'll visit to the store, and at billing counter, there is a transactions. They're going to submit the information in the storage account, live storage account. Okay. Okay. So this is how we are going to get the information from the live storages account in the form of different formats. So what is our exact work is in MSBI? There are three modules: SSIS, extraction, loading, transform, cleaning, providing some logic informations, doing the data restrictions, and that information we are storing in back to the data warehouse. From there, we are developing the reports by using another module called SSRS, SQL Server Reporting Tool. This is another module under the MSBI called SSRS, where we are generating the automation reports, scheduling the reports to the client. Instead of doing the manual work, we are scheduling it. That is another module of SSRS. If people know SSRS, Power BI is very easy. People know SSIS, Data Factory is very easy. Okay, then we have another module called SSAS, that is SQL Server Analysis Tool. Okay, so if you know SSAS, further the Azure concepts will be easy. So this is what we discussed in the last class, the process, the end-to-end process. So to start this course, okay, to start with this MSBI profile, as I said, there is no specific background is required. Anyone can start with this course. Minimum have a degree, diploma, engineering background. Anyone can go for this course. So the importance of this one, in the last session I told you, like when you learn this MSBI, you can apply for a MSBI developer position, senior or junior, where you are involved in all the three modules, but in real time. you may expect at least one module you're going to work. Or in some companies, either the combination of SSIS, RS you can work, then RS and SSIS you can work, or SSIS, SSIS you can work, or SQL with SSIS you can work. So these are the basic combination that they'll ask. But upon these three tools, SSIS have a more demand, more market, more requirements. When you know this tool, when you thoroughly know this tool, sir, I am perfect in this tool. In the future, what is the advance of this tool? Then you can say you can go for data factory. You may be heard about the Power BI, right? You may be heard about the Power BI. So when you know these basics, when you know this complete tool, then only you can go for other tools. So that is what there is a lot of opportunity, lot of requirements. So we are not only focusing on this tool, we also focusing on the cloud environment. So this is a more requirements in SSIS module. Okay, then the other module. So definitely we will be covering all these modules. So whatever the combination is, then we can go. At least you didn't get a job in SSI, you can try for SSIS or SSRS, or a combination you can try. But what I request you people is like at least you have to be thorough in any of these tools. Any one of this tool, you have to be perfect, because when you go to the, as an experience, you go to the companies, they will ask you in which tool you are comfortable. Are you comfortable in SQL or SSIS or SSRS? In which tool you're comfortable? So that time we can show our skills under the any of these tools. But when you go with the small companies, so I was working with the Wipro and IBM. There was, as a MSBI developer only, I'm working it for that companies. We call up my MSBI application developer. When I was working with the IBM for a client Henkel, okay, there I was working on SSIS module. Even though they had me complete on MSBI, but my role is mostly on MSBI is SSIS rather than these other tools. But it is doesn't mean that you're going to work only this module. You have to work in all three modules. Okay. Now let's talk about the what exactly we require to start this development. So I told you right in the last session, business owner, they invest a lot of money on business. They want to do the analysis for last 5 years of sales, how we can get the data in the sales. We cannot store in the live servers. Because of that, they are maintaining the data, historical data in the OLAP system, like analytical processing system, data warehouse systems. Then we do analysis by using generating some schemas, star schema, snowflake schema, in form of cubes, summary data. So why it is more demanded in SSIS or more requirement is because you have lot of work than the SSRs in the SSIS. You have more work. When there is a demand is there, definitely people are required here. You are not going to work in every ETL process, complete process. You're not going to work. This is a separate team. You also work with a separate team. There is a separate team. There is a dimensions team. There is a transactions team. Who know everyone know the SSIS module. Separate team will module and prepare a project. Okay. So to start with this course, guys, so we need to know some basic fundamental in SQL. Basic SQL fundamental is required. Okay. Basic fundamental is required. Okay. So this is the overall structure, like how the data comes. I told you, right? There is applications data where it comes from anywhere, and it's stored in the OLTP. From OLTP, we load the data into the data warehouse. It is like a data marts. It's like a data marts which we discussed in the last class. And then cubes we have the semantic model we can design, then followed by the reportings, followed by the reports. These are the three different modules. So if you talk about when we are talking about with the clients, this technical picture they'll not understand. If I talk about the owner of the business or whoever the client is there, they don't know what is the database, what is the ETL tool, what is SSIS, data, they don't know anything. What they required is last 5 years of sales required. last 5 years of data is required. How it is happening, from where we are getting, what is the source, what is the format, who is generating the data, what data format is there, destination is there, from where we are generating. They don't know anything. Finally, they require graph. Finally, they require charts going down or going up. Based on that, they take the decision. This is all about the process is to take decision. It's all about taking the business decisions. When you provide a proper data, when you provide a proper information, then only you can help the business to grow. That is what this job is, like an evergreen job. Any company you will find data analyst or data engineer, compulsory BI developer you'll find. Without that, it is very difficult to do that business intelligence work. So that is what, when we talk about with the terms of like in terms of graphical way, we will be just telling to the users or a team that we require this so and so tool, this so and so tool, so and so databases are required. So for that, basic thing that you need to install in your local machine is Visual Studio. Basic thing. This tool is required for your BI development. So you have a versions, you have a starting with 2008 R2, then we have a 2012, 14, 16, so on till 22. So in this, after 12, 16, what happened is these three tools are separately you need to install. There is a separate extension, SSI separately, SSRS separately, SSAE separately you need to install. In 2012, less than 2012, you have a business intelligence module where you can do anything, any project you can create. Any project you can create, all the extensions are available. Let's example, in the last class I told you, right? This is the data example, we have data, and with this data, we want to load. This data we want to load. So I told you in the last session why you require this data to be loaded from source to target in the database. What is the use of doing the data or loading the data into the database? Why can't you do the analysis here only? Why can't we do the analysis here only? In the last class I explained why we are loading the data into the database. Anyone remember? What was that? Why we are not loading the, why we are not doing analysis here only? Why we are loading the data in the database by using the ETL tools? What is the purpose of doing that? Anyone got a chance to go through the last recording?
To represent a graphical way or to represent a graphical way means to easily analysis. We can easily analysis by
Easy analysis, correct. And data data maintenance easily, data querying easily. But here I can do, still I can manage. I told you right in the last class, we can still do the analysis here also. There's no doubt. There's no doubt we can do analysis like salary wise counts or employee IDs, whatever the counts you required, and you can apply some graphs on top of that. Okay, you can do that. I'm not saying you cannot do that. You can do here only, but this is like a just one-time process. We need to process this every day. Automation process. This is my summary data. The client will only ask summary data. Client will never ask you who is the employee, who is the customer. Client required high level information. What is that high level information? The year wise sales, the daily wise products, the daily wise revenue, the daily wise sales, weekly, monthly, what is the overall gross revenue? What is the percentage, gross percentage? How much revenue you are generating? This is the high level information, key values. Client doesn't have that much of time which customer is purchased, how much transaction made. Okay, there is a promotion team is there, separate team, data analysis team is there, who every day track the data and who every day they track the customers. Okay, let's suppose you purchase a product like 10K, you did the business. They'll give you some kind of offers, or they'll give you some coupons. Then separate promotion teams are there. The separate teams are there. They do this all works, analysis work. But the high level business team or our different clients, they never see transactions wise. Okay, if they ask, they also ask us, we will share this data. But we are not going to do any manual work. Your development should be automation. Automation. People are asking nowadays automation. Whether you use whatever tool, you should do the automation process, daily running process. Because the morning your business start morning 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. Whatever the data comes, whatever you store in your storages, it has to process automatically. It has to generate early morning the report also. And report also should be delivered. Report also should be delivered. So that is the reason we have a tools. We have a different module tools. So one tool is to store your data in SQL Server, which store the data in structured format, table format. And there you can apply some SQL commands. SQL commands. And what is this tool? This is a Visual Studio, SSTT development tool. Let me show you practical. Let's example, take this data only. Take this data only. So what I will do, I will go and I'll create one basic project. Okay, let's see. So for now, my storage is in my local drive. Let's treat this is my server. This is my files I'm available. Now we will connect to the ETL. Okay, let's see how to connect to the ETL. So simply I'll go and I'll search. I'm having a Visual Studio. You can install anything, any version. So what are the difference between versions? I'll discuss in the regular class. Don't worry. For now, we'll discuss that in coming classes. So here I want to show you what is the difference in 2012 and with the higher versions. In 2012, you can practice with all the modules of MSBI. All the modules of MSBI, you can practice it. So if you see here, there is a new project. In the new project, this is my MSBI stack. What we call the BI stack. SSAS, SSIS, SSRS. There are the three modules of your MSBI. But after 16, 17, what happened is they was separately you need to install. Separate tools you need to install. Because some companies, they just want the SSI, they don't want the other tools. They're using some other third-party tools. Okay. For processing, we just want to use SSIS. But for analysis, I have my own company tool. Our company people develop the tool. Okay. We just want this one. I don't want all the three tools. So, and there are many other features has been changed to higher versions. What is that? Going further, we'll discuss that. Along with the cloud features also added. That amazing. The cloud features also added in higher versions. What is that cloud feature? What is the lower version? I'll tell you that. Okay. For as for now, just understand. I'm just using the integration services. Okay. So for that, we want to create a new project. So what is a new project? How to create a project? You no need to worry about it for this demo. Okay. So for now, as part of this one, I am just creating a project called Vinay Tech SSIS demo project. We create one demo project. And here I'm storing as a solution. Okay. Click OK. Click OK. That's it. Your project is ready. And you can see there is a solution explorer. Vinay SSIS project. There is a project parameter, project connections, packages. So very simple way. Very, very simple. What is our job? Our job is to pick the data from the storage. Our job is to load the data. Tool is ready. Project is ready. What is the next job? Our next job is to pick the data, load the data. Where is your data? In a on-premises or in a cloud? Okay, let's suppose on-premises. I hope you people know what is SQL Server. If you don't know, I'm going to show you in coming classes. Don't worry about it. This is my SQL Server. This is a SQL Server database. Here I am storing some data here. For storing the data, it is required table, right? Let me show you how to create a table also. So this is my user ID password. Click continue. Okay. So this is my server database name. And let's example take database name is customer database. Okay. In the customer database, I am going to create a table. A table name is example customer. Let's take Vinay Tech customers. Vinay Tech customers data example. Okay. And here we are getting customer ID, customer name, customer amount, customer salary or customer country. And if you don't know sir how to, no problem, right click on that, start creating a new table. If you don't know how to create, if you don't know how to create a table, a database, click on create a new table, give it column names, CID, C name, C amount, C salary, address. It's ready. Your table is ready. Just save it. If you know, do that. That is what I was telling you in the last session. Who can join this course? Anyone who come from any background can start with this course. And their products are like Microsoft products are any product you take, SQL Server, MSBI, Power BI, MSBI, Azure BI, Fabric, anything. Anything you take, it is a user-friendly products. It is a user-friendly products. No code, less code process. I'm not saying there is no code. There is a code in terms of SQL, but no code, less code process, and more in GUI process. Okay, so this is how we can do that. Just click on create. So this is my one type of server. Okay, this is the Vinay Tech. Okay, so this is the, where is that? This is a table. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to get this data. We are trying to get this data and we are dumping this data to this place. Employee to CID. See, names are different. Names are different here. But still we have to manually tell that, okay, this data should move here. If I wrongly, this data should I map here, employee name, that is wrong data. Address data should go in country. Salary address data should go amount. So mapping is very, very important in the ETLs. Okay, I'll show you. I'll show you now. You just be with me. I'll show you. One sample package. One sample package I am going to create. Sir, what is a package? This is your SSIS package. Package is anything. Generally, you go and general term. Package. Package is what? Collection of anything. Collection of anything that we call as package. What, right? If you go for a trip, what other consultancy will give? They'll give you package. Okay, 20,000 package. This is who we are covering. Similarly, in our course, this is the price we are covering. This is so and so package. This is same like a package where you have a collection of flows. Flows means data flow. For data flowing, what are the components are required? What is the source is there? What is the target is there? What is the connections are there? What is the parameter? Nothing but all collection of this one package. So what is my work? My work is to bring this data, which is there in on-premises, to load the data here. So that is my, you have to tell source is there, target is there, databases are there, packages are there. So these are all collection of components, nothing but one package. Now we'll see here. So what is my package name? I'll give a package name so to easily understand. So that is the file. Source will be a file, and my target will be database tables. This is my package name. You can see on the top there is a package name. So to develop something, we require development tool. Development tool is required. So tool, you open it. Now you see when you right click on this, or you just select on the left hand side, there is a SSIS toolbox. If you don't find this, no problem. Very simple ways, right click or just see the table symbol. Just see the table symbol here. Check on that table symbol. Click on that. And there are many ways you can open that toolbox. Right click on that, go and SSIS toolbox. You'll find somewhere here. Or many other options that we have. So let's do the pin. And what is the tabs? Don't need to worry about that, guys. What is the tabs and all this one? We'll discuss one by one in detail level. But what is my approach now? My approach is to bring data, process it, and do the automation. That is my right now my approach is. Instead of they doing manual work, instead of doing a manual work, I'll do these automations. Very, very simple way. Okay, that is what I'm developing one package. That is the reason I am developing one package. Okay, so what we are doing, instead of that, we are developing one simple package to extract the data and to load the data and do the transformations, cleaning part. Transformations part I'll show you. Now see here, very, very simple way. I'm going to do one task. My task is what? Data flowing. From where to where? That is a data flow is my task. That is what I added one tool called data flow task, one component inside my package. This is my package name. So what this data flow, when you double click inside data flow, this is a task. That what task I want to do. These are the transformation, these are the sources, these are the targets. Now for now, I want just file. I just want file. So in the interviews, they will ask you, what is the source you going to take for CSV? What is the source component you take for CSV? What is the source you take for the TXT? What is the source you will take for the tab separated value? What is the source you will take for the raw file? What is the source you will take for the other files? Okay, so whatever the text related files are there, what are the files are there, these all are going to be handled under one single component called flat file source. They make you, if you're going for interview, generally people they ask you, can you please tell me what are the sources for a CSV? There is no separate sources, guys. There is no separate source. There is no separate source for temporary files, TMP files. There is no separate for the raw tab separated value files, comma separated, text related. Okay, raw is separate is there, but rest of these all files are text related. That comes under the flat file source. There's only one we use. 90% we use this one in real time. I'll show you my existing project. I'll show my existing projects. Once the class is complete, I'll show you that also, so that you'll have a more idea. Okay, for that we will use a flat file. This is done. This is done. Ready. And where is your target? A target is database. A target is database. So can we connect to the database? What is the target or destination or target or sync, whatever you can say, sync. My target is SQL Server. But I drag and drop OLED. Sir, why are you not dragging and dropping the SQL Server? There is a drawback. There is a drawback. I'll give you comparison between the OLEDB and SQL Server component. This 99% in the real time we use OLEDB for databases. Guys, remember this one, okay? 99% we use OLEDB connectivity for the databases. What is the use of this then? I'll give you difference. Both of the difference I'll give you. Only just remember that when you are admin, only admin will be supported and should be run administrator with this. Other than that, it is not going to work. And there is less features in that. So we are very less we are using it. When we are using it, I'll tell you the difference between both of this component. Now let's see here. So what is OLDB? This is a one of the connectivity like object linking database we call. Okay, so it is generally kind of a connector to connect to your database. So if you see, The moment I select on this one, there is a two arrows. There's a two arrows. What is this arrow? This arrow is a success arrow. Proper data you want to transfer. See, when through this pipeline, and there is a error. Any error is there, we can handle with this red arrow. If you found any error, we can handle by this red arrow. So, sir, what is the error? What is the error? I told you right in the last class, sir. You is not is only your work is to develop the ETL pipeline. You have other works. If it is fail, if it is a success, if it is a ticketing part, if it is ad hoc request, I have shown in the last class yesterday. This is all you have to do. You are not just, sir, my work is as a developer, I'm a developer only, I'll do development. You do development. If it is their development, do that. If your development is not there, what you will do then? What is your job? What is your role? Development, okay, you do develop, not a problem. After development, what is your work? They'll simply flush you out by saying that layoff. That then what is their work? So we do less development, we do more supporting with the development. Always don't think that you have a high jobs on development or high salary on development. Support is also there. More support is there. More jobs are there on support. We call change request. Change request is something like you working on some changes which is already developed somebody developed. On top of that, you're doing some changes. We call change request. That comes from the client, that comes from the requirements. So that is what we do, comes under the support. Even though you do the development, that comes under the support with development. Okay, so don't think that, sir, I'll get only support job or I'll only work on development job. That is not like that case. If you are getting the roles and responsibility which is matching with your profile, then go with that job. Don't think that is a support or there's a development job. If the roles and responsibility, whoever is have a opening, they will first release the roles and responsibility. Any government post is there, they will release first what we require requirements, 10th pass, 12th pass, whatever it is. Similarly, in a privates also, the person is somebody left to the company, they will release the post with the roles and responsibility. First, you have to see the roles and responsibility. With that, it is matching with my course or not. Then you have to apply it. Sir, it just shown as the ETL means what is that? Okay, it is ETL. What type of ETL it is? Informatica, data stage, SSIS, or a data factory. What type of ETL it is? So you have to first focus on the concept, roles and responsibilities. Then apply for that job. Unnecessary applying it, you're not getting a response and you're waiting for it. There is no use. People are doing like that. Apply which is required skill, which is you know that concept, apply it. So see here, what I'm doing is I'm just connecting the source and connecting the database, moving the data. That is one-time development, one-time approach. So you just need to tell that this component, you need to tell this is not working component because it is showing the red marks. Because what it is red marks? You just added a dummy content. You just added a dummy component. You didn't assign any manager, connection manager. Connection means where is your file? In a local file is there, it is a C drive is there, it is a D drive is there, it is a server is there, some other server is there, or is a shared path is there. Where is that file? That connection you have to establish. Similarly, database also. Where is your database? In your local is there, or else it is the database was installed in the other countries are there, or it is in a cloud is there, or it is in Azure is there. Where is the database? You required a connection. Connection is nothing but the information you are giving to this component. Go and pick that file. Go and select this table. Connection is something like addressing to this component that we have a data somewhere in some other place. Go to that place and get that file. Similarly, we are addressing to this database that we are providing the connection is nothing but we are providing the details, server name details, user ID, the password, the database name, the table name, and then we are saying that please go to these connections and pick my table. That is what we call connection manager. If you want to travel somewhere, definitely first what you will do, you will ask the address where to travel. That address is nothing but here as connection manager. So to address something, we are addressing this through connection manager. Remember this. You want to load the data in the database, you need to address through connection manager. That very simple. Okay, sir, I don't know, sir, this connection man. No problem. You don't know connection, what to take, no problem. Double click on that. It will take you as it is. Double click on that. Click on new connection. If you don't know, no problem. Click on new connection. If you know, you are experienced, you will first right click on that, go with the new connections. Whatever the connections you want to create a connection. These all are connections. Sir, I don't know which to pick. No problem. You drag and drop, just go ahead. Click on new connection. And what is the connection? Let's suppose this is a flat file. This is a source file connection. I'm giving my own name to easily understand for my users. Right click and select. What is your source? Oh, there are different sources here. I don't want to use this one, but my data is in, where is the data? Oh, data in Fabric, data in data practice data in different formats. This is a country wise data, CSV file. Sir, what is all this code and all? Please tell me. I'll tell you that. Just give me some time, I'll tell you. And here, that file columns, how many columns we are getting it. And tomorrow, let me show you that file first of all. This is the file, right? Let me open this file. Let me open that file and we'll understand text file. This is a CSV actually. This is my file. And what is this file contain? Each file, that file contain, it's separated with comma. There is a separated, each column is separated with comma. No, sir, tomorrow I get special characters. Instead of comma, they have given some at the rate. Now what happened? This all will treat it like one column. This is one column. This is wrong. This is not a one entry. There are multiple entries in that. So what you need to do, you need to tell that column delimiter is special delimiter. At the rate, do you see at the rate? No, it is not available. No problem. Let's put the at the rate hard code it. Refresh. That's it. It's separated into different columns. So this is how we need to address it. Okay, based on the format of this one. Now, what is the data type? Don't worry about the data type. I'll discuss in the next coming classes. Okay, I'll discuss in the coming clip. Just preview it. And this is the data. Okay, and in real time, in real world, you have multiple columns, not 4 or 5. You may have a 10 or 12 or more than that. If I am loading from source to target, it's just my table having 5 columns, but your source is providing 20 columns. Are you going to pass these 20 columns here? You can pass, but no meaning that you are passing 20 columns. There is 5 columns only. So which 5 columns are there? I'll select that. Unnecessary, you are passing that column, that will hold backend the memory. It holds some buffer memory. It's going to use the CPU utilization. The millions of records is stored in the memory because each column have a data. So which column you don't require, uncheck it. Which column you require, just check that. I don't record ID. I just record employee ID. That's it. Click OK. Only few columns are I'm adding. See, connection is ready. There's no red mark now. Similarly, I'll just go and I'll give you a connection. What is a connection? I just remember, you remember that I just created one table. What is the table? The server name, the database name, the table name is my addressing for this component. The addressing we are calling as connection manager. That's it. Double click on that new address, new connection. Remove the existing connections. Click on new connection. What is my server name? What is your server name? This is server name. Sir, I don't know server name. Just click on database. If still you are not able to find your server name, just go here and type select @ server name. You will get a server name in which server you are there. Just provide a server name. And how you connected the server name? The server name is connected with user ID, SA. So I'll just go with SQL authentication, SA. What is the password? This password. Test the connection, succeed. And after that, giving user ID and password, what you want to connect? The customer database. Can you see the customer database? Where is the customer database? Is the one, right? This only one, right? Yeah, correct. This is the one. Test the connection again. Connection is succeed, no issue, and I'll click OK. So what is this connection? This is my server name. This is my database name. This is my username. Now next, what you want? You want to address the table. Now we have a multiple tables here. We have many tables. Many tables are there. You can see there are many tables are there. But what is exactly my table is name is Vinay Tech customer data. Can I search for the Vinay Tech? Where is the Vinay Tech? Here, last. Vinay Tech customer data. Do you see any data inside this view existing data? No data. This is the column mapping. See, this is very, very, very important. If you don't map, see, that is what I'm trying to tell you, right? So if you can do drag and drop also. That is a wrong thing that your people are doing. Sometimes what happens, like employee, if I drag and drop, it will go to the country. The data employee names are going to map in the country. That's wrong. So that is what always use from this manual work. If you want to do it from here. Okay, don't directly drag and drop. Always do. Mostly you will get all columns are excuse me. So all columns will be mapped automatically. How to do automatically mapping, I'll tell you in coming classes. Don't worry about it. But as far now, I'm just mapping it. Okay, that's it. Click OK. So there is a warning message is there. What is that warning message? Warning, it's just ignorable, not a problem. If you want to fix it, you can fix it. What is this warning message? First I'll load it and I'll show you the warning message also. First I will start a loading. Click on the start button. Click on the start button. See how many records are processed? While task is run, inside a task 64 records are loaded. Can I see here? 64 records is ready. Can you bring this data which I shown you aggregation data? Yes. If you know basic SQL, you can do same like in Excel. How you did in Excel? Similarly, you can do here also as revenue, comma, count of employee ID or CID as counts of employees grouped by the country. This is what we were expecting, right? What is a C amount? Oh, sorry, I was given C amount as this one. That is wrong. So that is what it is not converting. So what we will do, we'll alter it. So instead of alter it, just simply I'll drop and recreate. Okay. Drop table and create. Very simple. So don't drop in the real time. You should not drop in real time. I don't have any data now. So I will reprocess. I'll click on restart. 64 records again. Now I will go and I'll see the same method. See, I got same result which I've seen in Excel. Can anyone tell me what is this? Is that the blank or is that the value or is that the null? What is this actually? Anyone know? What we can say this?
Null, I think.
Null or a blank or a value? What may be this one? Because this is very, very trouble you in real time, this value. This kind of information very, very trouble you while it is mostly it will fail because of these values in real time. What we can say, it is a empty, it is a null, or it is a value. Yes, anyone? What we can say that it's just general, okay? Yes or no, correct or wrong, we are all here to learn. Not a problem. So this is, can I say it is a empty or a null or a value? This is the value actually. This is the value. This is not empty. This is not a null. By seeing that, we can understand, okay, this is a null. There is empty. Nothing is there. Nothing information is there. But if it is a, this is not a null, guys. This is not empty. This is a value. That is what we fail here. The pipelines will fail here because of such values. Now again, I'm going to load. I'll show you what is empty. I'll just change my settings by keeping the nulls. Now I will show you the difference between both of this. Again, 64 records. Now let's execute one more time. Can you see the duplication? This is all a duplicate. But can you differentiate between this null and this value? This is the empty. This is a completely empty, completely null. So I want to find out the records. I want to find out the records, my table having duplication records, whoever the country is null, wherever the country is null, wherever the country value is null. So if you observe, when I put a where clause here, where a country is null, so how many records will fetch it out? The records are getting fetched out, this one, but it is not getting fetched out. These 3 records also has to get fetched out. These 3 transactions also get fetched out, but it is not, because it is the value. Now if I put or country equal to blank, that's the value, then I'll show you. See, now it came out. So this is the problem with the values, with the null values. Okay, just be clear on that. Because of this, mostly we fail the pipelines. It will get fail the pipelines, so you have to be careful on this one. Okay, all right, how to fix that one going further, I'll tell you. Don't worry about that right now. Right, so very simple way we have processed. Now, so I want to do the analysis. I want to read this data in terms of report, SSRS reports, how to develop it. Now, once the data is ready, your data is bring the data and you processed here. Now you can design the cube, or you can directly get the reports from here. Designing the SSRS. Can we develop a SSRS project now? Let's see. I'll just go to the Visual Studio and I'm going to design one SSRS project. Again, new project. My project is reporting project. Okay, there's a new project or wizard project is there. Your choice, whatever you want to do, you can do that. Okay, this is my Vinay Tech SSRS demo project. Okay, in regular classes, we'll create separate project. Okay, that's it. Now these are the reports. I can design this report. I can share this report also. I'll put it in Excel. I'll do that. I'll put these values in Excel. I'll design some graphs. I'll design this graph. I'll share this report. That is okay. I can share this part. But I want to automate it on daily basis. So that is the reason I'm going to add a new report. A new report. What is my source? Anything. There are multiple sources are there. What is your server? See, this is my source. I'm adding my connection again here. My connection is data is in database. So what is your server? Server is this one. Same. Data is in the server with the connectivity SA, the user ID, password, and which database it is. Test the connection. Click OK and go to the next. What is that? Okay, if you don't know how to write a query, query builder will help you to write a query. Okay, but we have a query. I'm not going to write any query. So click next. What format you want? Table format. Go with the table format. You want to show everything in detail level? Go with the detail level. This is my basic report. Basic report. and this report is sales revenue sales, okay, or what is it, DMart revenues. That's it. Your data is ready. Your report is ready. Your report is ready. Now you want to design more things. Yes, as a dashboard, you can add as many as content. Along with that, I want to add more other reports, charts, line chart, bar chart, shape chart, whatever you want, you can add it in this report. Along with that, I want to do some other formatting. Values. I want to show revenue. I want to show the counts. I want to show basis on country. I want to show basis on country. Okay, I'll just remove this one. Okay, and let's preview. How it is easy. So it is not given this way. So we can design as per our requirement. Okay, as per our requirement. However you want, the chart, line chart, bar chart, whatever you want, we can design. I want this one. Okay. This is how this one. So data points is not selected. So it is not showing Canada how much data it is, India how much data it is. It is not showing. So we can do the data point selections. Right click on that cells, 3D effects. However you want to select 3D effects, or you don't want 3D effects, leave it. You just select the data labels and you can preview it. You can preview it. When I see this is a 3 count. And tomorrow what happened? Actually, this is a duplication. What happened? The client will raise to you. Client will raise to you. Somebody sitting in the client. So I told you right here, the somewhere is client is sitting. Client will tell you that we are taking a decision, but data is duplication. The report is nothing but SQL query. And what happened? The data is coming from database. Now, who is the responsible? Who is loading the data? They will raise the ticket. They'll raise the issue to the developers, SSIS developers. Now, SSIS developer, what is their SSIS developer job? He will tell, okay, just wait. So give me 5 minutes. I'll correct it. I will correct it. So what he will do? He will approach the full load process. Anyone know what is full load process? Anyone know what is full load process? What is the table name? Now you run 100 times also. There is no change. There will be no change. Now I will ask to the client, go and refresh. You will get the original data. See, data is changed. Earlier there was 2-1. If I don't apply the loading process as a full load, if I don't apply full load, then what will be the problem? Duplications. Now instead of 6, if I refresh again, the client will refresh this report. There will be a duplication. So you need to understand the loading technique. You should not only simply load. Along with the load, you have to optimize. You have to understand the loading techniques. You have to understand the loading technique as well. So this is, you can share or you can automate this process. No, sir, I want to share with the client with a different format. You can save into different format. You want to just save PDF, go and download the PDF. Just click on PDF. In MSBI, I want to just save, this is my DMart report, okay, test report. So I'll just share this PDF to the client by saying that we have generated this report. Go and share this PDF. This is how the data is. Okay. So instead of writing, you see, if you observe here, guys, you observe here, what is my data source is my database. What is a query? This is a report is nothing but a query. Report is nothing but a query. If you don't know how to write a query, there is an option query builder is there. Query builder, query designer is there. You can use the query designer also. If you don't know how to write a query, there is a designer is there. You can execute, you can design a lot of things here. Okay, so what is my concern here? So you can connect any sources, you can download any from any places, and you can automate it. So if you observe here, you have writing a query. I told you query editor is also there. You no need to do these aggregations. Our cubes will do everything. Aggregations, calculations, everything will maintain under this one. You don't need to do anything in the query level. You don't need to do anything. Everything we will maintain under the aggregations, calculations, everything will be maintained under this part. That is called OLAP systems. Okay, that under that we will designing a different schema, star schema, snowflake schema. Okay, star schema, snowflake schema. This all we will be covering in our regular classes. Where is that? This is the one. This is the one where we have a star schema. Star schema is nothing but centralized fact table surrounding by dimensions tables. Because one product can do the lot of transactions. One customer can do the multiple transactions, but there is no duplication customers. One account can be done multiple transactions. From one region can be done a multiple transactions. The multiple transaction cannot be done by the region. So that is the relationship between you have to give factor dimensions. That is called star schema. The snowflake schema is something which derived from the subtables. Subtables like location, you have under location you have city, under city you have a sub district, district under you have mandal, mandal under you have area. That is called child to child to child relationships, called snowflakes. So don't worry about that. We'll discuss in the coming classes. Okay. I hope at least you understand what is the process, and we will do scheduling this one. How are you going to schedule? There is an option. Where is that option? Company have their own tools. If the company doesn't have to, no problem. We will schedule here. We will monitor your success, fail, and jobs. So right click on that, click on new job. What you want to schedule? I want to schedule SSIS. I want to schedule the SSIS SQL Server integration. I want to schedule the reporting. I want to schedule the analysis. Whatever you want to schedule, you schedule it. And what is the time here? What is the schedule? Daily, weekly, hourly, monthly, whatever you're comfortable, you can schedule. You are sorry, not basis on your comfortable, basis on the company, what they tell you, you have to do that. If it is a weekly, how many days you want to run? In a week, 3 days, alternate days, or a monthly job. In monthly job, maintenance jobs are there. Every month, first to every month, second, you can schedule the jobs. There are different type of reports we have, cascade report, or some thumbling window, snapshot reports are there. We will discuss that in coming classes, all these reports. Clear? Any questions?